VVS Racing Stream.
All right, Vigilante Nation, Tuesday nights just got loud. The Vigilante Report is locking into its new time right now, 8 p.m. Eastern on Tuesday nights moving forward. And the Vigilante Racing Network isn't just covering one front anymore, with Wednesday nights locked in for the Premiere VRL Series and Friday nights rocking the Vanquish Series. The broadcast rebellion has got traction on all sides. But before I forget, please make sure that you like and subscribe and support this channel and support your drivers. It is much appreciated. So Ricky, new nights, new noise. Let's get your take on how this expansion and how it changes the dynamic for drivers and fans alike.
I think first thing we better do is talk about the ending of last season. We just crowned the VRL champion, and I know you don't want to toot your own horn, but I'll do it for you. Toot toot. Alan Vaught. Is that 5? You won 5 friggin' championships now.
No, sir. No, that's only 4. That's 4 so far. 4. I mean, and now I'm retired with you, so I don't think I'll go any higher.
Okay, well, 4 is still, that's a pretty big feat. So congratulations to taking it home the other night and winning the title, and for our buddy Chachi, Jonathan Osborne, for taking home the Contender Cup. We got to put a bow on Atlanta before we move on to the new season.
Yeah, for sure. And Chachi, we got these awesome new trophies. I know we didn't talk about this ahead of time, Ricky, but awesome new trophies coming that Lori got for the champion, for the cup, and also for the chase as well. And once everybody gets to look at these, I think they'll be pretty impressed, and it's what we're going to use going forward. I'm certainly looking forward to getting my new hardware and putting it on the I Love Me shelf over here. But before I move on to, I did want to mention the last race of the season, Tim Pope was able to bring home the win that night. And you said something in this report I see, hard to see, Mayberry was MIA, or is that just recently right after the race? I can't tell.
No, I think Mayberry I think he was in Pennsylvania hanging out watching sprint cars and playing tardy on us last week.
Yeah, no doubt. But he's back now. I just spoke with him yesterday. He's looking forward to season 12. So speaking of season 12, that opens tomorrow night, July 9th at Chicagoland. Back to the classic Midwest Oval Fury, and this year the tension's already thicker than the tire smoke in turn 3. And I'm going to go ahead, Ricky. I'm going to make my way too early championship favorite predictions for the Cup and for the Contender Chase champion. So for the Cup, for season 12, I'm picking it now. I'm going to say number 7, the mighty Tim Pope, is going to take home the VRL Cup championship. And then for the Contender Chase champion, I don't know if it's going out on a limb or not, but I'm going to do it anyway. The 29 of Dave Mayberry. What do you think?
That's pretty good picks. It's definitely hard to pick against Tim Pope for the championship, as he is definitely one of the top drivers in the league all the time, and he's on my team. So I don't want to look like I'm playing favorites and picking my team. I think Trevor's going to have a great season, but I'll go out on a limb and pick somebody that I think is very consistent. If he can just stay out of trouble and pluck some stuff together, I think Andrew Player may get his second championship in the VRL this season.
Yeah, I don't think that's much of a limit at all, man. I mean, that guy is very consistent, very fast all the time, and he is a former champion, and you can never count those guys out. Yeah, I think that's great choices. I don't know what kind of feedback we're going to get in the chat on this, but we'll see what they got to say about those before the end of the show. You can take a read on that and see if anybody else has their VRL Cup way too early championship pick and also the Chase champion. So all you guys out there in YouTube land, throw it in the chat if you got the opportunity. Let us know who your picks are. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the Vanquish Series. The inaugural Vanquish Series is burning towards its finale. Just 3 races to go. Every corner feels like someone's swinging for the fences, Ricky, and the tensions are rising. Civility is optional at this point. And this Friday, we head into round 8 of 10 at Michigan International Speedway. Their current points leader is Mike Adamson with 211 points, followed by Albert Anderson with 201 points. And Dave Mayberry's up there running third in this series at 195 points. Andy Player just broke into the top 5 with this last race. He's sitting at 178 points. And Andrew Cawthon at 173 rounds out your top 5. I expect this to be a dogfight in these last 3 races at Michigan, Kentucky, and the finale is going to be at Daytona. So a huge wild card there. What are you thinking?
Yeah, it's going to be tough for a Player or Cawthon to get back into the try to get the championship. But anything can happen. Michigan, though, is a track where there's not usually a lot of calamity and chaos. So if Adamson and Anderson can kind of keep the fenders on it this week at Michigan, it may be a 2-horse race for the last couple of races. But Mayberry, and he's hung in all year. We'll never hear the end of it if this guy wins the championship, Alan.
Yeah, he said something to me and Lori the other night when we were talking about trophies. He said if he ever gets one, he's going to take his profile pic will be with the trophy, doing some untoward things to it, apparently. I don't know what he means by that, and I don't know if I want to know, but we will never, absolutely ever hear the end of it if he is to pick up one of these championships. But honestly, Dave's got a real fighting chance. He is sitting there only, you're talking 15 points, 14 points out of the lead. That's if the 2 leaders get a little bit of bad luck and Dave's running well and get some good luck, he could end up picking up this championship. So great for him. Any more thoughts on that before we move on to the Beyond the Matrix segment?
I think I think it's just going to be interesting. Michigan's a track that all of the guys like. So, like I said, I think that Adamson and Albert probably need to be patient at Michigan and try to stay out of trouble and get to those last 2 races and duke it out themselves. But Michigan will be a fun race. It's one of the VRL, the Vanquish home tracks. So I expect a tight and exciting race on Friday.
Yeah, me too. I'm looking forward to us broadcasting and getting a chance that, as you mentioned, is one of the staples that started this league. So everybody is super good at Michigan, and it should be a great fight. So now as we move on, we're going to go to our normal segment for the Beyond the Matrix segment, where we talk about real world NASCAR and kind of speculation going on out there. So tonight, I want to talk about NASCAR Cup speculation with regards to the Chicago Street Course for 2026. As you know, the 3-year contract to race in the city is up, and we've heard nothing. At least I haven't seen anything in the news saying they're going back. So NASCAR's got a choice to make. Will they stick with the Chicago Street Course in 2026? Will the city accept them? Are they going to revive the heartbeat of Chicagoland Speedway, or perhaps gamble on something entirely new like San Diego Street setup? I've seen fans weighing in on X, on YouTube, etc. This isn't just about geography. It's about identity for me, at least. Chicagoland screams old school to me, oval, intensity. And street courses, kind of bring the spectacle. And NASCAR believes, and many believe, maybe a younger fan base or fandom to come into the league. So, but what's the future of NASCAR is kind of where we're at on this. So if you had to make the call, Ricky, Chicagoland oval or keep a street course in some fashion, no matter what the city might be?
I think it's on the 4th of July weekend. Here's my opinion. Go back to Daytona. Run the Firecracker 400 at 11 a.m. on July the 4th, whatever day that falls on. Make the old school NASCAR fans happy. Make the new NASCAR fans happy. Everybody loves Daytona. Run Daytona on the 4th of July and then switch up the street circuits every 3 years or 2 or 3 years. Do a contract. Go to San Diego. Let iRacing design another track. Get in it with San Diego, and don't do it on a holiday weekend. I mean, that's the thing. I know we have friends in Chicago and they may be able to weigh in more on it than I can, but can't imagine a NASCAR race on a holiday weekend on the streets of Chicago really makes the city planners all that happy. I would think that if they kept the street race, it would be better to do it a different weekend. So just take it back to Daytona like it used to be and make me happy.
No, I'm with you right there, man. As an old school long-term fan as myself, I want to bring back the Firecracker 400. It's got, there has to be some traditions within NASCAR that are sacred, and I think that's one of them they shouldn't have messed with. I'm not against a street course. I'm not saying that. I think maybe it is something that we need to do, and I've been quite entertained by it. Take it somewhere else. And it's interesting you mentioned, and I didn't even notice this until the other day. I was watching something else. iRacing helped design that track to make it the success that it was, and I can't argue with the the results of the Chicago Street Course and bringing in new fans and new markets. And I know that's what we need as a NASCAR community, to have it flourish and to continue it another 75 years into the future, we have to court those younger fans in those larger markets. So I'm not against it, but I'm with you. How about a blending? How about a fair compromise? Let's bring back the Firecracker 400 and then move on from there as far as the street course. It could even be an international affair. I'm not real huge on that personally, but maybe take it to other cities in the U.S. first and see if it is a winning formula in that regard. So, hey, Ricky, I don't know, you got anything in the chat that we want to talk about before we move on to the admin notes? I got a few admin notes from Lori tonight.
Absolutely. I mean, it's just thanks everybody that's joined us. We've got Andrew Cawthon, Jack Dixon's out there in the chat, Albert Anderson, Russ Kilgore. He said he's going to be bummed that he's missing season 12, but he's picking Albert Anderson to win the title this coming year. That's hard to argue against. Albert Anderson thinks Jason Gaines, Eaton, Adamson, all to win a championship. They're all strong and consistent. Kyle Watts joining us in the chat. Chris Gones, he's ready for tomorrow night. He's been in the booth. We're trading places with Chris. He's headed down to the track. We're going up to the booth. We also have John McAdam looking forward to the new season. So got a bunch of guys in the chat. Really appreciate you hanging out with us tonight here for this Vanquish or Vigilante report.
Yeah, for sure. Tonight's episode is actually going to be a little bit short. Ricky, you and I talked about it. Excuse me. As we are breaking into this new night, what we're going to be able to do going forward is Tuesday nights we'll review the prior week series, both VRL and the Vanquish series, and then we'll look forward to that current week's races and talk about it then, and kind of set the audience up for what's to come. So I think it's going to be awesome. I'm looking forward to the fact that we're going to own everything Vigilante. Everything that we're doing now is going to be what we want to go forward with as far as the image, and to highlight the incredible amount of talent we have in this league and how hard these guys race each other, but cleanly and with sportsmanship. I just couldn't be happier with where we're going with this, Ricky.
Oh yeah, it's great. I mean, I watch broadcasts from other leagues, and I'm not down in any other league, but I've watched the guys that get a lot of publicity and all this, and compare them with our guys, and our league is very strong and our guys are dedicated. But I think the best thing about this league, being in it from the very beginning, is these guys actually care about each other. We might get irritated. I know that I've got irritated with probably everybody in the field, and they've probably been irritated with me. But at the end of the day, if something happens with somebody, if they have a death in the family, whatever, I really think this group comes together, and it's more than just this stupid video game. It's real family.
Yeah, it's kind of surprising. And I know we met back in 2020, 2021, and we weren't happy with the state of play, so to speak, in the leagues that we were racing with, or the groups we were racing with, and we had this idea of going forward and hey, we're going to make this league and make it right. And I feel like, I don't know what magic sauce we hit on there, Ricky, like lightning in a bottle, but we hit it right. We got the right people in on the ground level, and ever since then, we've been super picky about who we allowed in to the group as well, because the dynamic was more important to us than even the racing ability. The racing ability came where we've come from as far as ability across the entire league is leaps and bounds when you take a look back at some of the old 3 or 4 year ago races. So I agree with you. It's incredible, the opportunity. We want to make sure that we keep this going forward, and we keep the right people coming into this league. And Lori's a big part of that. I want to shout her out for everything she does for us and for this league, and how she helps us craft this. And I'm going to say again, I've said it to people before, I think I'm the smartest man in iRacing. Got my wife involved, and she is fully engaged on this, man. She's pushing harder than I am most of the time.
Oh yeah, Lori is definitely the MVP behind the scenes. She keeps everything together, and I know she's part mom, part psychologist, part the boss. But she does a really good job. And the other thing I wanted to say before I forgot, the new guys. The one thing I think, another thing that sets VRL apart is we don't shun the new guys or act like we're better than them. It seems like when new people come in, they're welcomed, and as long as they behave and drive, not over their heads and drive like you should in the VRL, then everybody's welcome. So that's always a positive too. You don't have to feel like you're coming into a league with guys that's known each other for 5 years and you're an outsider, you can come in and be acclimated really quick.
Yeah, for sure. And within the admin notes, you're going to hear Lori actually talking about that very thing. So if you get the opportunity, Ricky, while I'm going to read her admin notes, if you could take a quick read on the chat, and I'll kick it back over to you after I finish the notes, and we'll do some final thoughts for this abbreviated version of the Vigilante Report tonight. So in the admin notes, this is from Lori, guys. So she would like to welcome home David Fight. He took a few seasons off, but he never truly left us. He's been a VRL driver for many years, and it's great to have him back. And she wanted to make sure specifically that we welcome David Fight back to the fold. She also wants to welcome our new drivers for season 12, like I was just mentioning to Ricky. So Colin Decker, Chris Gones, Tom Barish, Scott Milner, and John Schoenbachler. And hopefully I'm pronouncing everyone's name correctly. And if I'm not, let me know, and I'll get it right as we progress through the season. And we all want to wish a belated happy birthday to VRL's very own Papa Anderson. It's Albert Anderson's pop out there. He turned 80 last Thursday. So happy birthday, Papa Anderson. We appreciate you supporting this league and staying with us. And then for the Vanquish Series, again, she wants you to know only 3 races left in season 1. Which race will she designate as the second final Dash for Cash race? Now, I got to tell you, folks, she won't even tell me which race she's going to pick. She wants to thank those who continue to support and show up every single week and support this league and both series overall. So, yeah, thanks, everybody, and we appreciate that. So we'll take one final check on the chat with Ricky and then get his final thoughts. Ricky?
Yeah, the chat's moving pretty good, Alan, so it's kind of hard for me to keep up with it. Looking like Andrew Coffin says Eaton's due for a championship. I definitely don't disagree with that. Eaton's been strong the last few years. Albert Anderson Sr. has joined us in the chat, so happy belated birthday, Papa Anderson. Good to see you out there, as always. Colin Decker in the chat. Can't wait for this season coming up. And Andrew Coffin says, Albert, I can't figure this place out. Anderson could be the next champ also, which that's a joke because Albert he likes to say, I can't figure this place out, and then danged if he ain't one of the fastest cats out there every week. Aunt Kathy Anderson in the chat. Also, Colin Decker, he's excited to learn and get better in the league. And a couple other people welcoming back David Fight. Good to have him back, and that's a guy that is sneaky good, can win on just about any track. But man, he's a heck of a road course driver. So I bet you he's looking forward to Sears Point.
Yeah, no doubt. And it's funny to hear you say Sears Point, man. That's old school terminology there. Sonoma, for those who haven't been around that long, but I like the Sears Point. I like the name for that. So that's awesome. Okay, Ricky, before we close this out, like I said, this is an abbreviated version this week as we're getting set up for the start of season 12. I'm super excited about it. I can't wait to see this goes down tomorrow night. And we're winding down the Vanquish Series. Any final thoughts?
Yeah, if you are, you're out there right now and you're watching and you've got family or friends, encourage them tomorrow to join us for the season opening race at Chicagoland. It will be a good race. There's so many new drivers. There's so many new stories. I know that you've put a lot of effort into this to make hopefully this season broadcast deserving of the way our drivers race. So I look forward to tomorrow. I'm pumped. Even though I'm not racing, I'm still excited. I'm excited to see what's going to happen, and excited that I don't have to maybe wreck out on the second lap and get mad. I'm just going to be able to watch it and enjoy it and call the action.
Yeah, for sure. So I can't find it again, man, but I just saw in the chat Dave Mayberry was calling his shot, man. I'm looking for it now, but I don't see it. All right, Dave, the gauntlet's been laid down for you, buddy. Get on to it. So I don't see him anymore. A lot of activity in the chat, man. That's great. Thanks, everybody, for coming out and supporting us tonight on this broadcast. So that does it for this edition of the Vigilante Report, race fans. You've been briefed. Stay sharp, stay fast, stay vigilante, and we'll see you on the track tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern, with our first broadcast of the Vigilante Racing League Premiere Series. Thank you and good night.
This is VRN, your trusted leader in e-motorsports.